Okay, ready?
Can you tell me a little bit about your time in the Labour Party?
Well, it goes back a long time. When my father, Stephen Jones, returned from World War II, he came from Burma with a Burma star, and within a month he'd set up in his own village the first village Labour Party. And that was in 1946, November. I was alongside him that evening in my aunt's house when the 13 of us were there to form that party. And within 2 years, my father was chairman of the constituency party, and within another 18 months he was full-time with the then British Labour Party, and he took on the duties of looking after a member of Parliament. I followed him and became the chairman of the constituency like he was. And in 1970 I had the honour of being elected here in this community, being member of Parliament. Of course, I was alongside Janet, my wife, and we campaigned together everywhere. And already this morning, 8 o'clock, Deeside Industrial Park, I was present at a meeting, but I was able to introduce the Chief Executive of the county to the Deeside Business Forum, of which I'm president. And it was on the very industrial park that as a young minister, in 1977, I scheduled 630 acres of Deeside estuarial land for industrial development. And as I drove through the industrial parks this morning, I realized that there were 11,000 people employed, and that industrial park was the motor for North East Wales, and there were jobs for everybody from Wales and from Greater Chester. So these are the reminders of public life, and I must say it's been a great honour.
Thank you, Lord Barry.
I have to say, I have been in the same room as the great Mr. Clement Attlee. This left arm touched his.
Fantastic.
En
That's
passant,
wonderful.
which is Welsh for passing by. And I recollect my father, then chairman of the constituency party, chairing in the old cinema in Shotton, the Alhambra, a 2,000-strong meeting, which was addressed by the man who first made the National Health Service, Mr. Aneurin Bevan. I was lucky enough to be a youngster sitting in the front row just underneath my dad and Mr. Bevan. Mr. Bevan had a shock of white hair. I see him now. He was big, burly. He had a pinstripe suit, double-breasted, shiny shoes, and most of all, he had a high-pitched, piercing voice. And my dad said he went white with the passion of his utterances. It was a magnificent moment to remember. And I stand 50 yards from the village hall where once that Mr. Bevan came to address a meeting here. In that hall, I myself often held surgeries for constituents, and I held my own first meeting in June 1970 as a candidate for Parliament in there. And I was lucky enough to be elected and to serve in 3 administrations under 2 prime ministers.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lord Barry Jones. That's wonderful.